Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us for our video series. In this week's video, we wanted to share with you some tips and thoughts about the upcoming holidays. I have here Anna, who is on my team at Results Realty Group in Austin and the surrounding areas. Hello, Anna.
Hello, Sade. All right.
Nice to see you again.
Always great to see you, and very exciting because we're coming up to the holidays and it's the end of the year. And so really wanted to take a moment to get this information out to our viewers.
Absolutely. So what's going on? What are you seeing happening in the Austin and surrounding areas, and the areas that people might not have thought about, but are in very close proximity to the Austin metro? So what have you been seeing?
Okay, so we've been to several cities around Austin. Lockhart is really growing. A lot of times, a lot of people refer to Lockhart as the barbecue place, but you don't really live there. But believe it or not, they've got some new builds in Lockhart, extremely good pricing. And then we've also been to Thiele, Texas. Believe it or not, it's just a 20-minute, 30-minute drive from the Domain, which is North Austin. And then we've been to the Cedar Park, a little bit past Cedar Park, Leander, and that area, almost Georgetown, up north of Austin, Jarrell. It's a whole new community is growing over there as well. And a lot of little towns are now just incredible. Just you've seen so much growth. Liberty Hill as well. So as far as the location, some areas maybe you never had visited or thought about, it might be worth it to check it out. The drive distance is not as far as you think.
Good. That's good to know, because I think we were talking about that the other day, about how people would pick certain areas, since it sounds like it's a whole different town or a different city, but they're really mostly just suburbs of Austin.
Right.
When it comes to the driving distance.
Right.
Yeah.
And when they build it up in such a way that you have all of the modern conveniences there, maybe you don't have to drive through Austin to get to your, grocery store and so forth. So it's well worth it if some people are just tired of the traffic.
Absolutely. So the builders are building out in those areas, obviously.
Correct.
And so what are you seeing? Are they doing anything for Black Friday? Are they doing anything for, the Christmas season? Like, what are you seeing now?
So because it's the end of the year, they are always trying to unload all of their inventory. So that's why I wanted to give you some time to think about it. Maybe when you have family over and they love visiting you and maybe they want to move closer to you. Consider the fact that it's the end of the year. Builders are trying to get rid of their inventory, and they've got massive amounts of incentives. We've seen buy downs. We've seen low interest rates. We've seen appliance packages. We've seen closing costs paid. It's really incredible, some of the savings you get when you buy at this time of year.
All right. So they're helping buyers to pay either all or a good chunk of their closing costs, as long as the lender allows it. And then some of them also are paying for appliances, brand new, obviously.
And some of the appliance packages are 2-inch blinds, garage door openers, refrigerator, washer and dryer. I mean, this will save you a lot of money moving in, not having to buy those things.
Right. Are there any incentives that you've seen that you were quite surprised, or are the prices themselves reasonable enough? I suppose that's the next question, is because sometimes if you give me an appliance package and the house is already going to be close to $1 million, I might not be able to afford it.
Right.
If you can price it right and also help me move in, maybe that would work. So how are the prices?
The prices are really, really low. We've seen in Austin and around under $350,000. That's a great price tag considering where we were 2 years ago. 2 years ago, you couldn't find anything in that price, and there were no new builds in other cities as an option. Now you actually have options. You can choose
Okay.
this city, that city. You can choose this price range, that price range. And it's really great for buyers right now. And so far, things have been really moving. If you look into the Austin MLS stats, every week they update the number of closings and pending contracts, and those bars have really grown. You're seeing huge numbers of closings, and it's been really good for buyers, especially in the month of October. So
Mhm.
since even October, it's been really great for buyers.
Right. So if the price, well, so the average prices you're seeing in these areas is pretty much under 400,000
Well, yes, there are homes for that
for the
price.
new builds.
And there's a median of about
Uh-huh.
463,000, I believe, is the median price for the Austin metro area.
Right.
Although there, of course, there's prices above and below that, but median is right around there. The time for closings, the builders are actually trying to make a certain quota, and so they're really
Mhm.
hoping that you have everything set up and ready. Do
Okay.
you have all of your paperwork ready to upload? How quickly can you get that application done and get that earnest money paid? And they will move you in and close within weeks. They are really moving
Mm.
fast.
They're trying to do this within 2024, essentially.
Correct.
Mhm.
Correct.
Mhm.
Mhm.
So we have about 32 days, maybe,
We're
not
almost in
counting.
2025.
Yeah, not
Wow.
counting the actual holidays, right? So
Yeah.
they don't have a ton of time, so they're trying to do things fast. And so for the people that are already saved some money, if they're going to put down a down payment or earnest money deposits, those people are at a good advantage at this point.
Yes, very
About
much so.
Is there anything else that the potential buyers need to know, especially people that been looking for about 3, 4 years, but didn't feel comfortable with the market at the time because the prices were so high? Anything else
Right.
that you need to know?
Well, a few years ago, you had the high prices and you had the high interest rate.
Right,
It's really healthy when you're able to get a lower price and they buy down the interest rate for you. I mean,
sure.
that's win-win for everybody. And, even if you buy a home and the interest rate isn't all that attractive, you can always refinance it. You can always, get a different interest rate if the interest rate does go down
In
next year.
future, yeah.
Although we do not know if that's actually happening. And so that's why we're recommending that everybody purchase at this point in time, because we can see where we are obviously right now. But
Yeah. We don't know
yeah,
what's going to happen, and you don't have a crystal ball. And if
sure
anybody is
enough.
telling them out there that they know for sure, then it's not true.
Right. Yeah.
Because it changes and nobody can truly predict. So this is a good time to buy, guys. Hopefully you're listening to what Anna is on the ground. Like she is out there in the field talking to the builders pretty much every few days, So she knows a lot about what's happening there. And I know you've gotten some first time home buyers in some of this new builds recently. So that's
Mhm.
really exciting. So if you are in a position where you're thinking that it's going to cost a ton, then this might be homes that you could consider. Let me ask you, because I think the viewers are going to be thinking, like, what do you mean suburb? Like, how far of a drive are some of these homes, or how close, I suppose, to Austin are some of the ones you've seen?
Oh, well, we drove up to Taylor and I was able to take the toll road.
Mhm.
Um, and then I could take a road that was not the toll road, and it took about 30 minutes to get
Okay,
into, you know, central or right around the center of Austin.
yeah.
A lot of the things you want to think about is if you have to cut right through Austin versus if you take a side road or if you take a road
Mhm.
around the side of Austin, you would save time
Yeah.
without having to fight the traffic.
Yes.
And a lot of times there's a lot of homes that they specifically put near schools as
Mhm.
well as main roads to get you to where you need to go.
Mhm.
So a lot of these builders have that in mind whenever they are building.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
And 30 minutes, honestly, for people that have lived in other places in major cities, 30 minutes is nothing because usually you're sitting in traffic for 30 minutes in most other cities. So we're just lucky in Austin, right? That it's a very small town to begin with. Okay, so this is really good to know. Guys, we are at the end of November, as you know, so it's a good time to make decisions. It's difficult to hear different people talking about, what's going on in the real estate market. Sometimes that causes you to have analysis paralysis. So you want to make your decision for yourself. Just gather enough information. You can't ever have all the information, but you can have enough information to make these types of decisions, especially by reaching out to somebody like Anna with your questions, because she's seeing it in real life, talking to the builders and talking to actual clients that just purchased. So she'll know more about these things. So I'm going to go ahead and put your information underneath the video. And for viewers, make sure that you check the description of the video as well, but it should be right there underneath the video. If you need to reach out to Anna, she can help you. And I don't have anything else to add because I'm not working with the new builds at all right now. So I appreciate you coming on and sharing that with us. Having said that, as far as timing goes, if people needed to reach out to you and they haven't yet done anything with lenders, talk a little bit more about the finance, different types of financing options.
Right. I was just going to say, don't worry if you do not have a lender. When you go see a builder, they have their lenders in-house, and most of the times they have the better deals and that will afford you the better savings. A lot of times they say if you go with their lender, they'll pay the closing costs and so forth.
Okay.
So it's recommended that if you don't have a lender, it's okay. So the main thing is you want to make sure that you have your real estate agent with you, because they have attorneys that draft up their purchase orders and contracts. And so it's always good to have a realtor look and review everything over with you. So please make sure you do have an agent with you. A lot of times there's something in there that maybe they won't catch. Have somebody representing you. That's something to keep in mind.
And I think sometimes also when you have an agent representing you, the agent could actually negotiate more incentives.
Exactly.
Yeah, that you wouldn't think about normally.
Yes, we have done that. We've appealed for more time, more incentives, and followed in with the transactions to make sure everything goes as smooth as possible.
All right, excellent. So this is all we have for you today. We wish everybody a wonderful Thanksgiving weekend.
Yes, happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah. And we'll see you on the next one.
Bye. And at Best Results Realty, we work for you.